Can we all just take a moment to raise our glasses to Peggy, Elspeth and Eserb for keeping kids safe from gratuitous violence and brazen nudity for decades? Let's just ignore the fact that they once gave a 6+ rating to a game called Wild Woody that featured a topless mermaid. We all have our off days, I guess. However, because it's all pretty subjective, developers know that what they can sneak past the censors are those subtle, creepy moments that haunted your nightmares throughout your childhood. And boy, were there a lot of them. I'm Peter from WhatCulture.com, and here are the 10 creepiest moments in kids' games. Number 10. Mimi's transformation, Super Paper Mario. Okay, we're starting gentle. Admittedly, the art style of Super Paper Mario is about as far from disturbing as things can get. But then Mimi here starts spinning her head around like something out of an exorcism flick and sprouts 6 spidery legs from her mangled body. Jesus Christ. The old spinning head thing has become quite a common horror trope in the past few decades, even within kids' games, but I think the prize has to go to Mimi for the neck-snapping noises alone. Yuck, says Tippy. Damn f***ing right, says Mario. Number 9. Elevator Girl, Pokemon X and Y. Despite being a heartwarming chronology about befriending wildlife and then trapping them in tiny spherical prisons, the Pokemon games aren't without their own collywobbles. Players encountered this strange girl in Pokemon X and Y, who hangs around in Lumio City, glides across the floor without an animation, and states,
"No, you are not the one."
She can also be found on the 4th floor of a hotel in the same area, and says,
"Don't talk to me. If you do, I can't hear the elevator."
Spooky stuff. Number 8. Out of this dimension, STARFOX. We're not here to talk about this abomination. Instead, we're interested in a credits Easter egg from the original SNES game that activates when you shoot this rock in the level 3 asteroid belt. Do it right, and moments later you'll find yourself here, and oh god, I'm going to throw up. Fans are still none the wiser as to what this level actually means, but it doesn't really matter. The pertinent point is that the planets have faces, and that's creepy, and it's bringing back all those harrowing memories of Majora's Mask. Number 7. The SLENDERMAN Runner 2. Now, I'm no expert on parenting, but here's a list of things that I think children should be exposed to early in their development. Charitable gestures, acceptance of homosexuality, broccoli, and a 2009 urban legend that led 2 teenage girls from Wisconsin to actual attempted murder. What the f***? So obviously I was overjoyed to learn that the multi-platform side-scroller Runner 2 features a stage in which SLENDERMAN stands ominously in the background as you progress through the level, looking like the love child of Jack Skellington and Squiddly Diddly, and then makes this jump scare of an appearance at the finish line. Thank you, Choice Provision, you're doing the Lord's work. Number 6. Phone calls, The Sims. Picture it, your Sims are tired after a long day swimming around the pool after you deleted all the ladders moments after they got in. Time to head back indoors and wind down. Oh wait, no, there's no time for that. The phone's ringing. I wonder who that could be. Hello?
They're coming soon. Maybe you should think twice about opening the door.
Sorry?
You have been chosen. They will come soon.
Who's there? Is that Adam?
The end is near. Make preparation.
Okay, that's enough of that. I don't care if it's written in Comic Sans. That is some weird shit. Number 5. Dead Hand, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's true that the scariest thing about Ocarina of Time was the thought of having to listen to Navi say, "Hey, listen!" one more time, but Nintendo sure did a good job of throwing a bunch of other pant wetters in there. I'm not even going to start on how freaky Pamela's father was when he turned into a Gibdo. Ugh, no, in at number 5 is something much more terrifying. Hello, Dead Hand, how have you been? God, this guy ticks all the boxes. He's got red on him, he's got weird grabby hands that come out of the ground, and he lives in the bottom of a well, which is like the calling card of any self-respecting creep. God, that face, those sounds, and why does he move like that? Next, number 4, the Raptor cutscene, Lost World. The Lost World was the dream game for any 90s kid who liked Jurassic Park, i.e. all of them. Playing as the T-Rex and doing that goddamn iconic roar whenever you like at the push of a button. This is surely the pinnacle of gaming, right? However, that didn't stop thousands of kids' blood running cold when they encountered this cutscene portraying headcam footage of a lone man fleeing from velociraptors. Another voice can be heard over the radio attempting to reassure him in what is a pretty hopeless situation. As the raptors spring their ambush, more red dots appear on the motion tracker to the right, and the hapless man utters in a terrified voice, Despite the best attempts of the guy on the radio to keep our victim moving, the raptors gradually close in, and as the camera tumbles to the ground, it all ends with a series of bone-chilling screams. The Lost World, 11+. Here you go, Colin, knock yourself out. Number 3, Burning Orphans, Psychonauts. Now maybe some of you will think I'm pushing it here calling Psychonauts a kids game, but for your information it was rated 12+ by PEGI, which means you could legally sell a copy of it to Short Round from Temple of Doom. You tell me he's not a child. So, Psychonauts. Whilst wandering around inside the mind of Mila Verdello, you may come across this slideshow hidden away in a gloomy room depicting the death of a group of children in a fire at Mila's orphanage. It's troubling, for sure, but that's not all. Hopping into this adjacent box, which presumably hides her repressed memories, you'll be met with, well, it's hard to describe.
Where are you? Why did you let us die?
Okay, well that's lovely, moving on. Number 2, Hell Valley Sky Trees, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Since his very first venture into 3D, Mario has been as much a victim of disturbing encounters as any other video game character. No, but none have been as unsettling as what can be found in Shiverburn Galaxy. Looking up and to the left at the very beginning of the level, you'll spot a group of mysterious figures peering over the cliff, silhouetted against a bleak, cloudy sky. With no other reference to these guys in Mario lore to go on, fans delved into the data files on the game disc to work out who they actually are. It was found that the texture used for the figures is called Hell Valley Sky Trees, though that simply left everyone no less confused and perhaps even more creeped out. And number 1, Whispers Black and White 2. Yeah, alright, this is a 12+2, but Short Round. Black and White 2 isn't a disturbing game for the most part. No overly freakish monsters, no pictures of orphans dying in fires, no man being eaten alive on film. However, the game's one ultra creepy moment is in another league to the rest of this list. Not necessarily for what it is, but simply for the way in which it's done. As you play Black and White 2, you'll be notified if any of your citizens die by a subtle whisper of the word death. Not too spooky on its own, I'll admit, but every so often something else can happen that'll really put the willies up you. The game actually trawls through information on Windows in order to work out what your name is, and then quietly whispers it to you without warning, even if you used a different alias for the profile that you made in-game. Imagine a game whispering your name at you while you're sitting there in the dark when you've not even told it what you're called. Hats off to Lionhead for not just being creepy, but for being sneaky about it too. And that is our list. I'm sure we missed loads out, so let us know your favourites in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Peter from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.